Hey guys, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to talk about lights. I have three different lights here. I have a little Relio, Sunwell FB21 flex light, and a DNO lighting LED panel. Just so you know, this is mine. This was sent by Sunwell and this was sent by DNO, but nobody paid me. If I'm talking about these lights, it's because I think they're good. So let's just jump into it, and let's start with the DNO lighting LED panel bicolor 180 watt. This is a very solid and well-built light. It's kind of heavy, it's 13 pounds. You can go from 3200 to 5600 color temperature, and from 30% to 100% on the dimmer. It gets really bright, so you might want to bounce it on some walls or keep it far away from the subject, or you might want to add an extra layer of diffusion. But the cool thing about this one is that it has a softbox already built in, so the light that comes out is already pretty soft. He has a barn doors and he has a V-mount plate on the back, so you can just basically plug one of these guys in the back and you're ready to go outside and film without worrying about electricity or plugs or anything like that. As far as I can tell, the quality of this DNO panel is very good. The skin tones look very natural, and I don't see any color cast of any kind. It's rated at 95 plus CRI, so very accurate light, and definitely good for like corporate interviews or but pretty much everything. If you need a bright LED panel bicolor that takes batteries and it's very well built, definitely check these guys out. But let's talk about the Sunwell FB21 right now, the flex lights. It goes for $400, so not a bad deal when you think about what you get for the price, for the money. It comes in a very small bag, but it's packed with accessories. So you basically have the entire softbox kit that you can build up, and you have the stand mount, so you can build a softbox, put it on a stand like this one, and use it as a regular LED panel, or you can just use it like this and gaff tape it pretty much everywhere. It gets very soft, and it can be dimmed down to 1%. So you can change color temperature. It goes from 3000 to 5600. In terms of quality, the lights is very solid. It's a very nice light. I didn't notice any magenta or red cast or anything like that. I think it's a pretty solid panel, to be honest with you. The only thing that I noticed that felt a little bit cheap were this knob here where you can control the brightness and the color temperature. They don't feel solid at all, but you have a little display here as well where you can change the brightness, you can turn it off and on, change the color temperature and everything. What's more, you also have a V-mount plate on the controller, and you can attach this to the stand, plug your V-mount battery, and you can basically work out of batteries. And I noticed that they work very well together in terms of like color reproduction and skin tones reproduction. So highly recommend these two guys. $700, $400. And finally, let's get to the smallest of these lights. This is Relio. It's a very small and portable light, but it's also extremely powerful. Let's just check out some lens flare right here. So as you can tell, it's a lot of light coming out from such a small body. It costed $200, so it's not cheap, but it's entirely made in Italy, and there's a lot of technology packed such a small body. And the good news is I'm gonna give one of these guys away today. Check out the description below, so you're gonna know all the information and the links to follow to participate. And also for the first 100 people that are gonna order the light with the link in the description below, you're gonna have a free polarizer accessories for your Relio. Just be sure to click on the link and to write to Marco and say that Matteo Bertoldi sent you, and it's gonna hook you up with a free polarizer just for the first 100 people. But why this light is so special? Well, first of all, it's an extremely accurate light, 98 plus TLCI, which is very high. It works really well with skin tones, and it can work very well as a backlight, as a fill, but also as a key if you have enough of them and you have a silk or something to diffuse them, because they're quite harsh. But with the diffuser, the light is just amazing. It's very soft, and if you guys do a lot of like super slow motion kind of stuff, this thing is flicker free up to 10,000 frames per second. The other cool thing about this light is that it's kind of modular, so you can change the lens. So I think you have 5 lenses in the kit, and you can just swap it out, and you can have a flat or a spot, or it can be very narrow or more spread out. Another very unique characteristic of this light is that they're producing a bunch of accessories. You can go online and you can download the 3D files and print them yourself. So they're free and they're available for everybody. And finally, and then I'm just gonna close the video because it's getting really long, long. But my favorite feature on this light is actually these accessories right here. So it's basically a polarizer for the light. How it works, if you have a polarizer on your lens, you can just basically point this light to a subject and slowly start turning the filter, and you're gonna see their reflection completely gone. I don't know if it ever happened to you that you're basically trying to photographing or filming a bottle of wine, like one of those close-up shot, maybe in a studio, and you have that nasty reflection that you can't get rid of it. Well, with these lights, you basically solve that problem. Again, this is basically gonna be my kit from now on, because again, there's so many projects that they don't have a huge budget, or they don't wanna rent the lights, or maybe they ask you, do you have your own lights? And you know, maybe saying yes, I have my own lights, you can get the job only because you have the gear. These three lights together are a little bit more than $1,000, but you have an extremely powerful LED panel with softbox, a flex light, and a very portable Relio, very accurate light. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, just comment or send me an email. Actually, I want to take a minute just to say thank you to my first patrons, Nikolai Alexander, Sylvester Divas, Miller Prescott, Serban Vasilescu, Adil, and Rodrigo Science de Regadera. On Patreon, I'm gonna upload a lot of behind the scene content and breakdown video, podcasts, that kind of stuff. So next week, actually, we're gonna shoot 2 spec ads, and we're gonna shoot on Alexa Mini and Cat 1 Amorphic. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of behind the scene footage. I have a dear friend of mine visiting from Italy. He's gonna film the entire behind the scene for the commercial, so I can give you guys some content on Patreon, and I can hopefully break it down in the next month and show you guys how we made these 2 ads. And thanks again for watching, guys. Have a good one.